everyone.
Hello!
And welcome to Kirsty and Bridie's Comfort Zone.
I am Kirsty.
And I am a very bunged up Bridie, so I apologise for my sniffling and snaffling in this episode. But we shall be talking about dreams and figuring out what the heck is going on inside our heads other than lots of snot. It's mostly snot in there, to be honest.
Full of ill. But we have to begin by saying sorry that we've missed a couple of weeks. It's been very busy and very sniffly.
'Tis the season. We've both done fundraisers, which took up some time, and then I've definitely had my stinky cold that's been ongoing. So I can hear it every time I say like an N. Ongoing. So yeah, it has been a bit of a busy one. But fingers crossed. Well, I was going to say fingers crossed we'll be back on track, but of course it is getting into the even snifflier, even busier season for us both.
Yeah, that's it. It's the busiest time of the year. This time of the year is when stress just ramps all the way up and it's super busy and then everybody's sick.
Yay!
So yeah, because we're going to have to record some in advance, I think.
We really should just record 2 episodes a week throughout summer and then...
then we're just fully done for...
Take the last 3 months of the year off.
That's it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because we've got... Well, updating the episode, we're on the 30th right now. And then of October. And I'm off to Sweden for a week in November.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you're a busy bee in November at all, but...
I'm not even thinking about November yet. Because I've been doing this like months-long fundraiser. There's like thoughts of October in my head. And then there's thoughts of December. And then November is just like this blank pit. Where I'm like... I can't even think about what's happening in November. Other than chopping off all of my hair. Yeah, having probably just a tiny menti bee as a treat because of it. But yeah, other than that, it's my mum's birthday. That'll be nice.
Lovely.
But I think in my head, I'm like, November is just going to be a really good month to get ahead. It's going to be really relaxed, but it probably won't be.
No, it's not. November is the calm before the storm, but it's not particularly calm is the issue. It's I think the calm before the storm might have been August.
True. We're in the storm now. You best start believing in storms because you're in one. I guess I've been thinking like November will be, because I've started doing like weekly YouTube videos, and I guess I probably have to use November to get ahead with that, because when else will I? Because I won't be able to do stuff in December particularly. So I guess actually it will be twice as busy in that regard. Now I think about it. Exactly. But you know what that means? It means stress dreams. And you know what that means? That means content. Way! It all works out. Have you, how are you on the dream scale at the moment? Have you been having?
I have been having, but I've not really been remembering. I do have one in my mind for today. Nice. I did have one last night, but it's mostly fallen out of my mind. I only remember that I put a sandwich in the freezer. That's the only part of the dream that I remembered. But there was another one that I did have. But as usual, I'm going to have to go back in my conversation history with Rythian, because I sent it to him because it was about Rythian. It was a Pathfinder dream, actually.
I can't remember who said it to me. Oh, maybe it was Alistair. But he was like, you mention Rythian every episode. You're always dreaming about Rythian. I was like, well, yeah, we do. We talk to him every day and stream with him every week. So, of course, he comes up all the time.
Exactly.
There.
Like, I also dreamt about my mum last night. I dreamt about my mum a lot. My mum's been here this week.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I had a little Rythian dream.
I had a classic dream the other day that I didn't record just because I've had it so
did
many
Alex
times.
leave you?
Alex left me. I think I've had 2 Alex divorce dreams in the last week or so. But it was one of those ones that had extra layers because he had divorced me, but then I woke up and I was talking to Sarah. For some reason, Sarah was in bed with me, but in the dream, I didn't think that was weird at all. I was just like, of course, Sarah's just here in bed. I was just like, Sarah, I had a really bad dream. And she was just like, no, that happened. And I was like, oh no. And then I woke up for real. And I literally, Alex was getting ready for work. And I just woke up, looked at him and just went, are we married? And he was like, yeah. And then I fell back to sleep again. Oh. She's like, yes, we are married.
Yes.
But obviously he didn't know the context of it. And then like hours later, I suddenly remembered it. And I was like, did I ask you that? And he was like, yeah.
Oh.
But I was just so confused because when you like wake up and have it confirmed and you're just like, wait, what's real anymore?
Oh.
But I keep on having like so many of those dreams where I wake up so many times and I just don't know, because I've gotten to a really bad habit of I wake up at like 7:30 and I'm wide awake and I'm like, I could get up and start my day, but I'm cozy, so I'm going to stay in bed. And then I fall back to sleep and I wake up again at like 9:30 or 9:45 and I'm just like, oh, but it'll feel like the blink of an eye. And I'm like, where did these hours go? Why is the second sleep so much deeper than the first sleep I ever
so much
get?
deeper and so much more comfortable. It's so cozy.
Yeah. And then I keep on thinking like, oh, I've got so much to do. If only I had more hours in the day. And I'm like, you do. you just choose to go back to sleep.
Yeah. That's the best thing. That's the best use of my time. Being unconscious.
Oh, but like when I was at the peak of feeling ill, I went to bed at like 11 and I woke up at 11 the next day and I was like, I don't remember the last time I slept for just 12 hours. And I could have stayed in bed. I had to force myself up. I was just like, oh, do not want to.
But, that's how you know that you're sick.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I feel fine at the moment. I sound awful because of my polyps being inflamed, but I feel okay. I'm very aware of like, you know, when you can just hear your nose like clicking because I keep hearing that and I'm like, I'm so sorry if the mic is picking it up. Mm-hmm. It's just, I did a reading stream yesterday and I kept hearing it and I was like, this must be awful for people.
Did a reading stream while bunged up. That's a choice.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm going to be doing some reading today.
I'm going to read War and Peace.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I've also decided to take on another project.
Oh yeah? What are we doing now?
Well, this is a very... I've had a personal request from someone asking for me to make more Minecraft videos. So I'm going to make a personalized series just for this one person. It's my nephew. Because I got a message from my sister saying, oh, I've been letting insert nephew name enjoy your Minecraft playthroughs and he loves them and he just wants to watch more. And I was like, wait, what Minecraft playthroughs? And I said to her, I was like, I don't swear on stream, but the people I make content with very much do. She was like, we were watching this video and you were just saying that a shark was naked. And I was like, oh no, what is this? So I think it must have been like the Gartic videos maybe?
Ben? Maybe.
And I was just
God,
like,
some of the builds in Gartic. Don't let children watch that.
I was like, I will make a video for him. Don't worry. So I'm just going to like play in 20-minute chunks. When I've got time, I'm just going to play through vanilla Minecraft and just chat to my nephew and post it as unlisted video.
That's so nice.
It's just going to be me being like, oh, look, a tree. Shall we hit the tree? Okay.
Oh, boy.
Just to hope no one ever somehow finds these videos. They'll be like, what on earth are you doing?
Oh.
But yeah, that's my new project that I'm going to do. I figure it won't need any editing. I'll just bung it up and it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's such a good idea.
But I was thinking about it and I love the idea of like my nephew in like 20 years being like, does anyone else remember that series on YouTube? And everyone will be like, no. And he'll be like, he can't find it because it was never posted. So like, yeah, I remember it was that lady. I'm getting memories back of it, talking about trees
and hitting them,
Yeah, it's like, no, never saw that.
Didn't see that one.
Just a fever dream of his crazy auntie.
Oh boy. That's such a good idea. I don't think that my nephew would sit and watch that if I ever did anything like that. He's always, whenever I go round to my brothers, they always have Minecraft stuff on, but it's like, I don't know what the creator's name is, but I know, but obviously it's like this Minecraft creator that's on YouTube Kids and whatever. And they just do, like, they have these really cool set pieces for their little shows. Like, they're super kid friendly, and they obviously put so much work into them. And I feel like I just wouldn't be able to do it. I'd just be like, I think I'd break character. I'd get attacked. I'd turn around, there'd be a zombie. I'd be like, oh shit, and then I'd have to cut it out.
Well, luckily, before I started streaming, because I grew up with the other way around, because I looked after my niece when she was growing up, I think I had this like natural inbuilt censor. So when I started streaming, and I was like, it's not that I don't swear in day-to-day life, but just in case there's ever a sponsor that's like, we need someone who's not going to swear, then I'm like, I just won't. And it wasn't that I ever wanted to be like child friendly or anything, because obviously the stuff that we talk about, it's just that it's not got swearing. It's like when you get that typical, like, I don't know if you ever knew anyone who had a mum who was like, if there was violence on screen, they'd be fine, but if someone swore, they'd be like, oh, yeah, that's unnecessary. That's who I'm making content for. But like, I think because of having that inbuilt training of looking after a child who was learning to talk and you didn't know what they were going to repeat, I think I've just naturally got like, I'll be like, oh, B-door instead of swearing. It's just sort of in there.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's such a cute idea. I really like that. So nice.
Yeah. It was just, he was like, I was on the phone to my mum the other day and she was like, oh, he wants to ask you something. And I just had this little voice be like, can you make more Minecraft videos? I was like, okay. Because he's like too little to play it, but he's obsessed with watching it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what would you like me to do in the videos? And he was like, can you fight the monsters? I was like, okay.
How old is he?
Like 5.
5. Yeah, I bet he could play it. I bet he could play Minecraft.
Well, they don't have a computer.
Aww.
So my niece, when she plays on her Nintendo Switch. She always gives it its full name, Nintendo Switch. So she was like, oh, I can't play with other people. But yeah.
Liz.
Would you like to tell me your dream that you had about Rithian?
Yeah. Surprise, it was a Pathfinder dream.
Woo.
And I've told Rithian about it. Basically, I was sitting on a rooftop, I believe with Rithian. And in this dream, he gave me a bunch of stuff. He gave me like props for Pathfinder, and it was all like witchy stuff. So he gave me a book that it was as if he'd gone and found an old book and then just gone through every page and scribbled like runes and spells and like alchemical symbols and all sorts into these pages. And then gave it to me, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. He's put so much work into that. It was like a spell book. And then there was also lots of notes and stuff, because basically my character's character arc was coming up. And one of the notes was a script. He was like, so I know you like to be ready, like when we do roleplay and stuff. So this is the script for the scene that's going to happen just before all of your character stuff kicks off. So you know when it's happening and how to prepare and what you want to react like. And I was like, all right, yeah, that's great. That's actually very, very helpful. Thank you so much. So I was reading through this little script, and it seemed to happen just after some sort of cremation. Cremation was the word I remember seeing on the script. And he told me the name of an important NPC to look out for. It was like, when this person shows up, know that they're going to be important to your story arc. And their name began with an S. It was like Sabrina, but it wasn't Sabrina. It was something else, but it began with an S. Yeah. And I was like, right, okay, good to know. So I've got all my notes, I've got my script, I've got my nice book, and I've got my NPC name that I need to remember. And then the whole time we were sitting on this rooftop, the other players were like every now and then just sort of showing up. And I at one point I had the stuff in front of me and I grabbed a pillow and just put the pillow on top of it because someone walked up to say something to me. And it was just a pillow sat in front of me with a book underneath it. And I was like, you saw nothing. It's not there. And yeah, and then there was a point where, like, obviously because we were on top of this rooftop, it was a little bit windy. So as I was sitting there collating all of this stuff that Rydian had given me, one of the notes that he'd given me blew away and it fell off the rooftop. And I was like, oh shit, what if one of the others finds it? And then they know like my secrets. Because I'm doing something very similar to what you did in your one shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so I have secrets that the party doesn't know about, and obviously Rydian does. And I was like, what if they find this note and they learn everything? So I went like down in the building and I went to like an emergency exit. And at this point it was raining. And I was like, oh God, it's going to be all like soggy, but I need to get it. I need to get this note. I can't leave it out there. So I went out of this emergency exit. I ran out there. I grabbed the note and I went back in. And I was like, okay, it's safe. I've got it. And then after that, the dream just sort of devolved. I was inside the building now, and I remember someone came in and was like, oh, we're looking for someone who has experience with something. I think it was probably something relevant to the dream, like Pathfinder, or someone who's received a note from the DM, or something like that, to take part in a game show. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And it was like, okay, just sit down here and we'll take you to where it is. And it was okay. So I had to sit down on this big sofa, which was like a roller coaster. And when everybody sat down on it, we all like cheered something. It was like, sofa coaster, yay! And then the sofa moved forward really quickly on a track, and it was like full of like bright lights, and it was really cool. And it was like, meow, and we went to where this game show was being hosted. But then they wanted me to do classic game show things. And I was like, oh, I don't actually want to be in a game show. I don't like this at all. This is actually quite uncomfortable being in this. So I changed my mind. And that was kind of it. That was more or less the dream. I think more stuff happened with the game show, but I don't really remember it. That sort of fell out of my mind at that point. But yeah, that was my dream. I got secrets. And I told Rydian because I was like, okay, so now I know to look out for a cremation and for a character with the name that begins with the S. And when I sent him the dream, he didn't reply to me. And I was like, ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Aww.
Oh, dear.
I looked up roof in the book, and it... I don't think it's relevant, but it says to concentrate on or be aware of the roof of a building in a dream is to acknowledge the shelter and protection it affords. But then it says if we are on the roof, we are not being protected. It's like, oh no, do you feel unprotected?
Unprotected. I guess the first thing that comes to mind there is that when we roleplay, you are kind of bearing all, you're going sort of heart on your sleeve, and because I'm not an actor, but when we role play, I do try my best, and I have to sit here and close my eyes and pretend I'm in the scene, because I if I had a camera on me while I was role playing, I would pull some of the strangest like poses, and I'd have like my body at 90-degree angles, like just leaning away from the microphone and closing my eye. Like I would look really weird, which is why like if like the one time I was on Mystery Quest, I was so quiet because when I role play, I'm like gyrating, but I can't do that when I'm on camera.
Yeah.
So yeah, like being on a roof, it's like being exposed, right? And it's that's kind of what it feels like to role play, I think. Even if like you're role playing among friends, like it's putting yourself out there, and it's scary,
Yeah. Because it's like, even though you are playing another character, it's usually like an aspect of yourself, so it is still quite bearing in that way.
Exactly. And I really do like pour so much of myself into my characters. So it's scary sometimes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Was this related to the sandwich stream, or was that a separate one?
No, the sandwich stream was today.
Oh, okay.
This stream was 3 days ago.
Okay.
Unrelated. The sandwich stream, I don't remember anything about the sandwich stream.
Not at all. What was in the sandwich?
Nope. Not a bit. All I remember is a sandwich in the freezer, and that's it. And I remember waking up and thinking I should remember this, and then I didn't.
What are your thoughts on bread in the fridge? Because I hear that's quite divisive.
I put my bread in the fridge. I put my bread in the freezer and in the fridge. Bread lasts so much longer in the fridge.
Yeah. I like freezer bread. I don't like fridge bread though.
How come?
I think I guess because I do freezer bread is for toast. But I really have a thing where I don't like pre-packaged sandwiches. I like them to be fresh, and I guess for that reason I associate fridge bread with pre-packaged sandwiches.
Okay. I don't really make the connection. Like as soon as it's out of the fridge and on my plate, I kind of forget that it's fridge bread.
Yeah. Maybe I should give it a go.
Yeah.
You were right about beans on crumpets. Maybe you're onto something here.
I was. But it does. It lasts so much longer being in the fridge. Like insanely long. I recommend it. I recommend fridge bread.
Good old fridge bread.
Good old fridge bread. But no, that was my dream, and it was nice because I don't really often dream directly about Pathfinder. Like my brain will allude to such things, but it won't be like, here's a Pathfinder dream. So that was good. But I have been, and stop me if I talk for too long.
No.
But I've been very excited about Pathfinder, more than usual.
What's been happening in your campaign at the moment?
The thing is, my character has a big connection to dreams. So I'm basically forcing Rydian to give my character dream sequences. I've only had one so far, but I know he's got more in the back pocket. But that's not the only thing, but just like the whole idea of the character and like looking into the different things and the lore in Pathfinder and real life things like about like nightmares and stuff that we've talked about on the podcast. Just the thought of having them be a part of the character is really cool. Like,
yeah,
I just really like that stuff. So yeah, like I'm just very excited. Like, for instance, one of the things I was reading about the other day is there is a plane in Pathfinder lore called the Dreamlands, or the Dimension of Dreams.
Oh, which is like an aeroplane. I was like, really?
No, not an airplane.
I see what you mean. Yeah, a plane.
A plane of existence. And it's part of the ethereal plane, which is, the kind of the spooky, ghosty, dreamy plane. But I guess it's kind of like a pocket dimension or a secondary dimension in the ethereal plane.
It has pockets?
It has pockets, yeah, like a summer dress. But it's a really cool little plane where basically when people sleep and they dream, an aspect of themselves kind of goes to this plane. And if they have nightmares, then these nightmares can manifest in this plane and become like monsters. So if you were to travel as an adventurer to the Dreamlands, you could fight other people's nightmares or people's dreams that they are actively dreaming right now. You know, that's really cool. And I really like that. And stuff like hags and dream dragons. Dream dragons live there. That's cool as hell. Dream dragons are a thing. Oh, so cool. Like, just, I love that shit. So I've basically made a character where I'm like, I like hags. I like dreams. I like this. I like this particular plane in Pathfinder and D&D lore. I want to bundle this up and make it my character so that I have to interact with it. So I'm very excited.
So like, can they actually be properly defeated or
what, the nightmares and stuff, the dreams?
Yeah.
I think it's like a monster with a stat block as far as I'm aware.
Okay. But what happens if they defeat you? Like if you die in the dream plane, do you die
in real life? Yeah, probably. Well, unless you're dreaming, unless you are actually dreaming, I suppose, then in which case you're just having a dream. But the thing with like D&D and Pathfinder is that you can just, if you have a way of traveling to another plane, then you can just travel there in your corporeal form, and then if you die there, then you're dead.
Okay.
You're not like astral projecting at that point. You're just you, and you're just there. But yeah, there's a thing called an animate dream, and I think there's maybe a thing called a figment, maybe ? But yeah, it's just literally just like if you have a nightmare, it can become a monster that people fight, or like basically the idea is when you dream. So imagine the Dreamlands is a pocket dimension which has pockets. This pocket dimension also has pockets because when you dream, it creates another pocket, your own pocket of dream. So you're in your own little dimension having this dream. So if someone were to wander in there, then they are just fully surrounded by your dreams. And just from a creative point of view, there's so much cool shit that you could do like in a D&D sense that it's just, it's so fun. It's so fun and so cool. And I like it a lot. I really like the idea. And when I read Dream Dragons, I was like, okay, that's a bonus because that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there's also Nightmare Dragons. Ooh, even better. No. They disturb the dreams of sleeping mortals with nightmares and collude with night hags to collect their souls. Nightmare dragons.
The dragons are colluding.
They're so cool. I love nightmare dragons. I've decided that's cool too. There's there's lots of new shit that I see every time I think about it. But yeah, that's just me being excited about Pathfinder as usual. But yeah, as for what's actually happening in our campaign, we're adventuring around the Stolen Lands, which is it's the setting of Kingmaker. It's where we are. It's like an uninhabited. Well, it's inhabited, but it's an what's the word? It's like a wild area where no one's really in charge. It's full of bandits and other things.
Marzipan flavored cake.
Yes, it's the Stolen Lands.
Yes.
I know what you're up to. But right now we are on the way to a friend who put a quest on a quest board nearby because a member of his party has been petrified by, I think it was a basilisk. So it's probably someone that we've met before. So an acquaintance of ours has been petrified by a basilisk. So we need to go and find out who it was and then go and fight the basilisk and get some of his blood to cure our friend. So that's what we're doing right now. So some of us might end up petrified. We'll see how well it goes. Yeah.
I was talking to some friends this morning who want to do like because the people who did the one shot, it's like they want to do a full campaign, and I was like, I know you're excited, but please can we wait till next year? Because otherwise we might get one done and then December, no.
Yeah,
so I was
that's
like,
the problem,
we
isn't
can
it?
make characters, but then I'm like, please can we wait?
One moment just to breathe, please.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like we, in my D&D group, not my Pathfinder group, my other group, we were going to play Mork Borg just for the latter part of, well, no, not just for the rest of the year, basically, because we figured it out and it was like, we've probably got like 4 days, like 4 sessions, because we play every 2 weeks, that we can feasibly meet up.
Yeah.
And so far, every week, someone has not been able to make it.
No.
So far so good. I think we've probably got like 1 day left. so Mork Borg is not happening.
It's the D&D stereotype.
Yep. Classic. But yeah, it's just always the way.
Yeah.
Always the way.
For this campaign, they were talking about doing like a Greek mythology inspired one, and I was like, I might be unbearable if we do it. Because like, as much as I love Greek mythology, things that take it and change it, I can be very like, wow, actually, no, this
is wrong.
Like, I'll either be able to embrace it or I will just be that person. I'll try not to be.
Oh boy. We were going to do a Greek mythology one when I first joined the group, Floridian runs. And it was before we moved into Pathfinder. We were going to do a D&D Greek mythology thing.
Yeah.
And I was going to play like a faun or a... What's the difference between a faun and a satyr? What's the difference? Is it a boy-girl or...
Yeah, I think satyrs are all
men.
boys.
Yeah.
In Greek mythology.
Yeah.
And
I was going to play a
tend to
faun
have
then.
massive erections.
Massive erections, yeah. I've seen art of them, yeah, I have. Yeah, I wasn't going to be one of those. I was going to be a faun. And Nazi was going to play, I don't know if he was going to be a barbarian or a fighter or whatever, but he was going to play a big himbo called Bradicus. And then we called him Bradules and then Chadules. So I can't remember what he was actually going to be called. But he was going to talk like, well, he was sort of going to talk like that. I can't do the voice.
Like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, he was kind of going to talk like Johnny Bravo. He's a legend. We never got to play him, but we'll never forget Bradules. Oh dear. But yeah, forgive me being excited about Pathfinder again. We didn't get to play last weekend. So we're all just sitting here like, Pathfinder win. Pathfinder win. Zoe's been doing all this fantastic pixel art. Like, we didn't get to play, so I made the whole party in pixel art. And I've been sitting here like, I've done some pixel art, I've done some art, and I'm thinking and I'm dreaming, and I'm just like, when?
No, never apologize. I always love getting updates for it.
But I've not had any more dreams. But yeah, so my character's not had any dreams. The gist of it, I don't want to like outright say exactly what's happening, but my character has big ties to dreams, and the rest of the party has also been having nightmares while we've been traveling. Potentially, maybe because of my character, but my character doesn't know that. Kirsty knows that, but my character doesn't know that. And at the beginning of the campaign, before we set out on this adventure, my character sent a letter to her brother just saying, oh, we're setting out on this big adventure. Like, I probably won't be able to write to you very much. And if you want to get to me, then I'll probably be in this place. So please send a reply there, blah, blah, blah. And I got a reply from him last session. And he was like, oh, I'm so glad to have received your letter. I had a nightmare that you died. And we had a messenger turn up and tell us that you died on your adventure. And I was like, now he's having nightmares too, dude. What the hell?
I do love that when you have something where it's like, I know, but my character doesn't know. Because like, I think it's the mark of when people either are new or not as into roleplay when they blur the two a lot more. And it's like one character who isn't in the same room gets a piece of information and then they immediately will act on it. And it's like, no, you don't know that. Like, you know that, but you don't know that.
Exactly.
Sort of thing. So
exactly.
I love that thing where like one person sees a stone or something and then someone else in a different room is reading a piece of information that says like, don't touch the stone, and immediately they're just like, I touched the stone because I don't know that information.
I don't know. That's the best bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really fun. That's what I wanted from the beginning. Like, my character doesn't know this part of her and this part of her like heritage and stuff. Like, she has no idea. And I didn't want the rest of the party or the other players to know. And I think that they know something's wrong.
Yeah.
But and obviously something's wrong. And it's like Zoe said to me, like when Zoe came to me, like the first character she played basically a different character in the first session as like almost like a tutorial character. And then they died and her real character came in. And that character was a human. And when she said to me, oh, it's just a human, I was like, no way. Absolutely no way. You would not play a human. Like you're playing a human with an asterisk. Like there's not a chance. She was like, no, it's just a human. And she was like, what are you playing? I was like, human. She went, I don't believe that. I was like, what are you talking about? The only person who could turn around and say, I'm playing a human and everyone would believe them is Ravs, I think.
Yeah.
Because he's just a basic human bitch boy.
IRL.
I meant to say basic bitch human boy, but whatever.
Next time I see Rams, I'm going to be like, human boy.
Oh dear.
Oh
my gosh. But yeah, for anyone listening, don't say it. This is secret. None of my party members listen to this, so you can't tell them. I'm a human, okay? Thank you.
I'll defend you.
Thanks.
I do have a dream that I've completely forgotten about.
Oh yeah.
If you would like to hear it, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, go on.
But it is here. In 3, 2, 1, go. I had a dream that I was back at home. I think it was meant to be for my sister's wedding, but she was getting married to some famous person, but I can't even think who it was. But yeah, I don't remember the wedding itself. But then the next day I was staying at home, but it was nothing like my family home. It was barely even a house. It was like a cave with a bed in it. And I was lying awake, but I could hear that my mum and my nephew were awake. And my mum was saying like, oh, go and wake Auntie Bra. And I stood up. I was looking in, I think like a mini fridge. It was in my room. There was like a mini fridge and this weird coffee maker that I was filling up. And then my nephew came in and it was like him and my cousin's kid that I've never met wanted to fill up this coffee machine, but there wasn't enough water in the filter or something. Then my cousin's kid just disappeared. And my nephew came in with this like bucket that was just full of surprises. Like when he opened it, there was just like confetti and glitter and bubbles coming out of it and all these stickers. And I was looking through the stickers, they were just going everywhere. And I found this polar bear sticker and was just like, oh, you like polar bears? He loves penguins in real life, but for some reason in this I was like, hey, I love polar bears. There was one that was like a little polar bear family, and then one that was just polar bear paw prints. Then I think someone came in dressed in what was meant to be our traditional family Santa Claus outfit, which doesn't exist at all. It was like this big, it was sort of like the Santa guy. Oh, he's not Santa. In the Muppets Christmas Carol, the Ghost of Christmas Present. It was a bit like that guy. And I was thinking like, oh, I should see if I can borrow this. Because it'd be really good for a horror film. And then I was just trying to come up with like a Santa-themed horror film in my mind. But yeah. Sorry if you can hear all the rain outside. It really do be coming down. Anyway, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It really was coming down.
It was.
But yeah, that was my dream. I don't know why. I have no memory of it whatsoever.
You don't remember at all? When did you?
No.
Oh God, it was a while ago.
Yeah, beginning of September. And whenever I'm listening to my dreams, I'm always waiting for something to like trigger in my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, but none of that was like, none of it.
You just don't remember at all?
Nope.
Oh boy.
It's funny though that I was talking about my nephew and then this is a nephew dream.
Yeah.
Because I don't dream about him very often because I don't really see him very often. But it just happened to align.
Yeah. Just so happened. Can you think of anything that might have caused the dream? That caused you to dream?
Well, the only thing I can think is that I am planning a Jingle Jam thing that I started planning at the beginning of September. And I wonder if that was it just planted Christmas in my head. So I guess it's probably that. I think that was like and of course I go home for Christmas. So that's like the one day of the year that I see my nephew. So it makes sense for him to be there. I also, maybe around about then, it must have been a bit later. My parents are getting their kitchen completely redone. And I wonder if that's why my brain was like, the house is different now. It's a cave. Maybe. But this might have been before the work actually started, so I don't remember. But that could possibly be it. But yeah.
I'm getting my bedroom decorated and it feels like living in a cave at the moment.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, we've cut up the carpet, so I've just got like a little island of carpet in the middle of the room, just so I'm not walking on floorboards. And we took down my wardrobe and chest of drawers and everything, so all my clothes are in bags. Like we did that, me and my mom, and I turned around and I was like, but we're going to be decorating it. Like my parents are sort of doing the proper decorating when I'm in Sweden, and I was like, how am I going to pack for Sweden? And my mom just looked at me like, I don't know.
Just grab a bag and hope it's correct.
Whoops. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh bless. What colour are you going for?
I'm going for like light grey walls.
Okay. Millennial grey.
Millennial grey, yeah, exactly. But I'm having like pink. I've got the curtains that I have next to me when I stream. They're like really nice pink curtains that were behind me, but now I've moved my desk. They're not behind me anymore. So I'm going to put them in my bedroom and I'm going to have like pink bed sheets, and I've got white oak IKEA furniture as well. So it's going to be nice. I'm getting a nice big wardrobe and I'm going to be able to put so much stuff in it. It's going to be very nice. But yes, currently I am living in a cave.
When I was little, my parents asked what room colours I wanted, and I went for pink and grey. That's like a big favourite of mine, is pink and grey.
I went with yellow when I was little. I had yellow walls and a yellow TV.
I think eventually I started really liking purple, and my parents were like, you can get a purple carpet. It's about 20 years later, and that carpet is still to this day grey. It never got changed. It was always just too big a job to take everything out.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember the other day. I was thinking about the first time that I talked to Rithian and Zoe.
Yeah.
And I remember that my computer was in my brother's room and my bed was in my brother's room. And I was like, why did I have no memory of moving into my brother's room, but I guess I must have at some point, and I don't know why.
Huh.
Yeah, I was just really baffled by it. I was like, why was I in there?
I kind of feel that because when I used to live at the pub, I grew up in a pub. When I lived in the pub, I remember 2 bedrooms specifically. There was one which I shared with my brother. It was like a big long room, and my dad built a wall in the middle, so we sort of had the 2 rooms in this big room.
Yeah,
and that, I think that was my main bedroom for the most of the time. But I also remember sharing a room with my big sister, but apparently that wasn't the case, because that room that she was in was converted and my parents took on a lodger. So that, and I don't even remember that happening. Like I remember my mum asking, like, oh, do you remember so and so? Like she used to live in that part of the house, because it was a pub. It was a big house.
yeah.
And I was like, no. I remember them being around because they lived nearby, but I don't remember them living in our house. Apparently the room that I thought was my bedroom at some point, nope, somebody else lived there entirely. I was like, okay. Don't remember that.
Maybe it wasn't my bedroom. Maybe it just had a computer in it.
Maybe.
I don't know. But it doesn't make sense that my bedroom wouldn't have had the computer, because my bedroom was always the computer room, because I had a bed with a desk. But I guess I got rid of that bed. Maybe. I don't remember.
How old were you when you first spoke to Rithian and Zoe?
I would have been maybe like 26?
Okay.
25, maybe?
Oh.
Somewhere over a decade ago. I have like a vague memory of playing, what is it? Prop hunt with them.
Aw.
Because I'm trying to think what year we moved to Bristol, but I can't remember. It must have been, oh my gosh, time flies so much. I think I've been in Bristol longer than I think I have. Because we've been, oh no, wait, I'm thinking of how long we've been in this house.
Well, I mean, I've been mooching around since 2020, 2019, and that's 5 years now. I want to say that, have you been in, and you've always, when did you move into your current house?
Like 7 years ago.
Okay.
So I think you wouldn't have known our
No, I wouldn't.
flat.
I was going to say, I've always known you to live in that house.
Yeah. But I was talking about this on stream earlier, actually. I was saying about like when we first came to Bristol to look at flats, and I got to see the old office, and I remember being like, what is this? Because I was saying I didn't really watch YouTube. Like I must have been aware of YouTube, but I can't remember ever actually watching anything on it at all.
Yeah.
So the thought that people watched people play video games was so like alien to me. And people were like, what was wrong with Hertfordshire? And I was like, I just don't think I don't think I had a need for YouTube, so I just never really went on it at all.
Yeah. No, I absolutely get that. Yeah.
I must have watched something, but I couldn't tell you what.
Because I first sort of became aware of the Oggs because of someone I knew from uni. And before that, my brother was the one that was always on Twitch and always watching YouTube. Like he was constantly watching something on YouTube or Twitch. And I would always just be like, man, I can't sit there and watch that. Like, I don't know what the hell you're watching. I don't get it. And then a friend showed me Yogs, and then I started watching High Rollers, and I was like, okay, now I get it. I kind of get it. but yeah, before that I was like, what? Who cares?
like even when I went to uni, like I didn't watch anything on YouTube then. I downloaded before I went home, before I left home, like a few seasons of Nevermind the Buzzcocks, and I just watched them over and over again. And that was my entertainment. Like I never really thought like, oh, I wonder if there's things on YouTube to watch. It just wasn't part of my world. And I was saying like, I think because I didn't have any friends who played video games and they weren't really into that sort of stuff, that I guess I didn't really have anyone to direct me in the direction of it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I remember like because nowadays if I don't know how to do something in a game, I will just find like a YouTube video. Like when I used to do Red Dead Online, I would do all the time, I would just watch videos of like, where is this blooming thing? I can't find it. And I just watch a video, so going there and be like, okay. Whereas back in the day, like you used to get cheat codes in PlayStation Magazine, or there would be like actual publicated books. Like I remember there being Zelda playthroughs and stuff that you would buy from Game. It would be like a guide of all the games. Like it never occurred to me to go on YouTube back then. It just wasn't in my periphery. And look at me now.
Times have changed.
I'm on YouTube.
Now you're going to be making YouTubes for your nephew.
Yeah. I do remember, bless him, Blue, our friend Blue, saying to me back in, like, it was before I started streaming, like 2017 or so, it must have been. And he was down for Jingle Jam. And he was like, you'd be really good on YouTube. You should start a YouTube. And I remember saying to him, oh, wait, no, I think it was 2018. I said to him, friends don't make friends start YouTubes in 2018. It's too late for that. And now I'm like, I should have listened to Blue. If I had have started one then, I'd be so much further ahead on my YouTube now. Like, why didn't I listen to him? Very wise.
Very wise. Knows what he's talking about.
Yep. But yeah, I don't know what my dream was about. Other than Christmas and family, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what the bucket was about. I didn't even really understand what I meant by it. It was from my head in my voice. But it sounded nice.
Have you done any Christmas shopping yet?
God, no. I have a friend. So I have a friendmas where me and some of my friends will get together and I make Christmas dinner for them in November, because we used to do it in December and then I would always have to be stressed. So I was like, can we do it early? And one of my friends from it was like, I've already done, this was like about a month ago. She was like, I've just bought the last present. And I was like, oh
Jesus.
What?
Oh my God. That is organized.
Yeah. She was like, I just don't want the stress of worrying about whether things will arrive or not. So I've just done it. I was like, that's so smart. And I wish I could be like you, but I'm not. I will be scrabbling.
Yeah.
But I think the problem I have is that because my mum's birthday is in November, I always have that thing of in my head, I'm like, well, I'll start it after mum's birthday because this is still birthday season. And then the Christmas panic sets in. But to be fair, like, I pretty much get all of my family the same thing every year because my family are very anti-stuff. So they just want stuff that's consumable or useful.
Mm-hmm.
So we've sort of become a bit of an Amazon wish list family.
Yeah.
Because it's like they just want specific things. And if I tried to ad lib, it would just end in disappointment. So they'll probably get the same things, bless them, and be happy for it.
That makes sense.
I think I'm the only rogue one who will be like, I want different books and I want things. But usually I'll be like, this is something that's happened all of my life where I'll be like, I really want this. And my parents will be like, why? I'm like, I just really like it and I just really want it. And then I don't get it because they're just like, why would you want that?
Aww.
That's not to say like they do give me lovely things for Christmas, but there'd just be one particular thing that they're just like, no.
But I want it for Christmas.
Whereas like I'd made a wish list for my birthday or something. I can't remember which event it was. I think it was my birthday. And I'd put like a paper making kit on there because I just got this obsession with I really want to make paper. And my mum was like, why? And then I didn't get it. And then, do you know what? I bought it for myself and, you know, I've never used it. So mum was right.
I was going to say, yeah, they probably see stuff like that and think you're never going to use that.
I bought it for myself as a spare of the moment. I'm going to use this, but no, I think it's still in the packaging somewhere. Like literally in the envelope it arrived in.
Oh no. I did that. I have a pasta maker in my kitchen that's still in the box, still in the Amazon box that I never opened. I was like, I'm going to make pasta. No, I didn't ever do that.
Bought pasta. It's like I bought so much bread making stuff after we went to Lyme Regis. And I got that sourdough kit and I was like, this is me now. I'm a bread maker. I make bread. And I got like the basket, the cover. I got like the bread scraper for the side. I got a Dutch oven to bake bread in and all of this stuff. And I've not made any bread. And my sourdough starter died because I then went on holiday and it wasn't fed. So I was just like, I just have all this bread stuff. And I'm like, I should make bread. Bread and paper. Those are my New Year's resolutions. I'm going to make bread and I'm going to make paper and I'll write bread on the paper and sell the bread.
Mm-hmm.
For no money. I'll just give it away.
I tell you what, bread making machines are really good. Like the ones that you just you put. Have you got one?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind.
I've made like 3 loaves and I've had it for about 6 years. I think.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, it's definitely paid for itself. Yeah. My soup maker, on the other hand. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you. Did you hear that they're releasing a new velvetizer?
No.
I haven't seen it, but I heard the advert for it the other day and I meant to look it up.
Oh.
Velvetizer 2.
Velvetizer 2?
Yeah. This is big news. Yeah, it's got like a curvy little bottom. It's not.
Oh yeah, it does. Look.
I don't know what's new about it. Oh, it's got new fixtures. Obsessively engineered. Oh, look at it. Art meets engineering inspired by nature. Hot and cold drinking chocolate. You can have cold velvetized now.
Cold hot chocolate? What will they think of next?
Just room temperature. Next, they're going to make it so you can eat chocolate. I bet.
Don't be ridiculous.
It's too out there. Oh, look at it. I don't know how I feel about it. The design. It feels a bit.
Hang on, what does the velvetizer one look like?
I feel like the velvetizer one is very sleek, very like. It looks like all the bits match up, whereas this feels like the handle. Having the gap with the handle just makes me feel like that's difficult to clean. Not that you'd ever get that bit dirty.
They don't have the old one on Hotel Chocolate anymore. They only have this one.
Oh my God, is my velvetizer now a limited edition?
I think so, yeah. Oh, I like the old one.
Yeah.
I think the old one's nicer.
Me too. I mean, so what if it can't do cold?
You do it and then you put it in the fridge.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to tell you, but then the tiniest distraction got in the way and I forgot.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, velvetizer 2.
I can't believe that.
£150. Blimey.
Yeah, £100 for a regular one. Well, old one.
I do sort of want it. Tell you what, if anyone ever gets me a velvetizer 2, you can have my velvetizer.
Hang on. What a deal.
Yeah. Left for cold, right for hot. Oh, Alex would love this, being able to make like iced coffees in summer, which again, you can make without a velvetizer.
Yeah. I do. I say about how much I want a velvetizer, but I also think it would be like your bread maker.
Oh no, the velvetizer is like the one thing that I do use a lot. Like,
okay, thanks for trying to make me feel better.
Oh, sorry. I use it a lot, but it's bad.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There you go. Who needs a velvetizer, right? Not me.
But it's like, I don't like I know this is such a silly thing to be fussed about, but I don't like hot chocolate goop at the end of hot chocolate. And the fact that you never get that with a velvetized one is like, oh. And like, I'll literally just be like, I'm feeling a bit down today, and I'll just velvetize myself a hot chocolate, and it's a little sweet treat that gets me through.
Oh,
can they sponsor us? Can you just send us? Is anyone from Thornton's listening? Can you send us velvetizer 2s, please?
Yeah. The Thorntons
Thank you.
have anything to do with the velvetizer?
Oh, wait, no, it's Hotel Chocolat, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just went to default chocolate company. Oh, well, now we're never going to get sponsored.
No, we're not.
Cut that.
Cut it. Oh, no.
If anyone from Hotel Chocolat is listening, could you please send us a velvetizer?
Well, I've said it before, but I did have someone who worked at Hotel Chocolat message me and confirm that you need a license to buy a velvetizer, and that Rithian has the license. So do with that information what you will.
Gosh darn. Okay, Rithian, all we want for Christmas is a velvetizer 2 each. Thank you. What's £300 with friends you love so much?
Think of all the hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Yum.
That we would have.
Yeah. And then you'd have to come and visit so that you can have some hot chocolate.
Yay. Well, Kirsty, thank you for a very lovely chat.
Brady, thank you very much for a lovely chat.
Sorry about my bunged upness, everyone. I hope if you've made it this far, you've not been too disgusted by me. And until next time, everyone, bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.